Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this video I've got 3 replays for you in the Swedish Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank, the Draugen Lansen C. So yeah, I've got a couple of replays in this, so I thought I'd take it out for a spin. Now I'm a massive fan of this tank, I absolutely love it. It's just fantastic in my opinion. Now before I set off on the replays, just going to show the equipment I run in this tank. So I've got camo net, gun rammer and vert stabs, and on the perks I'll run the usual 4, so your born leader, rapid reload 6 cents, camouflage expertise, steady aim, situational awareness, snapshot, trap mechanic and run and gun. Now majority of those perks are primarily based around the gun. The gun is accurate enough, but it's just because of the high alpha that you do at tier 8, it's one of those where I like to just give the gun a little bit more improvement just to make sure that those shots hit hard and true, because you want to make the most of of that high alpha. You have got a long reload obviously to offset that, to make it balanced, which is fair enough. But yeah, so predominantly gone for those perks. Gone for camo net as well, because I want to try and improve the camouflage as well and make it a bit of a sort of more of a sneaky medium. So it's got quite a low profile, so the yeah, that makes the camouflage a little bit better. And sort of, if you're not moving, I've actually got the camo down to about 271 meters of concealment, so that's not too bad. And 302 on the move, so it's actually pretty decent. So yeah, it's, like I say, it does have that on its side, but predominantly this this tank, I think the best part of it is the type of rounds you've got your APCR and you've got your Hesh rounds. The APCR is pretty decent. You've got 236 millimeters of penetration, and you've got 210 millimeters of penetration on your Hesh rounds. And like I say, the Hesh is brilliant. The only thing I'd say with the Hesh rounds is you need to sort of be careful. You need to make sure you aim well with your Hesh rounds, because if you shoot the side of a tank, if you just sort of RBRT and sort of popping out auto aim, chances are they're going to get absorbed into the track. You're not actually going to make the most of the damage that you can potentially get off the Hesh rounds. 480 damage on your Hesh. Which is really nice. You can get some lovely high rolls as well. Sort of around the 500 mark, it really does hit hard. So, but like I say, you need to make sure that you aim those shots above the tracks, in the lower plates, in the weak spots on cupolas. Otherwise, they're just going to get absorbed by tracks and spaced armor. So you need to be careful of spaced armor, because that will have an effect on your Hesh rounds as well. So on the replay then, we are on Halluf, and not one of my favourite maps for medium tanks, if I'm honest, particularly ones like Draugen where you don't have that much armour. You have got, you've got the upper plate's pretty good, give it that, in terms of it will ricochet the odd round. Just because it's at that weird angle where it doesn't seem to get penned when you've sort of got it quite angled up. But as you can see here, tanks like 50 TPR aren't going to have too much trouble going through us. And yeah, I'm kind of in a bit of an awkward situation here where I'm in a crossfire. I've got the 50 TPR to the left of me, and then I've got the STA2 black to my right, and I'm kind of hoping here that my team helps out. I do get a shot into the back of that 50 TPR, managing to take him out. He was a one shot to us, and luckily he got distracted by one of our friendly teammates. The STA2 black gets taken out as well, but unfortunately I'm just down to 180 hit points here, and this isn't ideal. But we do get our second kill. We take out the IS-2-2 there that's distracted by our friendly teammate. Like I say, clutching up our second kill. We're up to 2.2k damage here, which isn't too bad. Not a bad start, but we've traded a lot of hit points for it, so hasn't really been ideal. The trade-off could have been a lot better, but it's kind of the nature of the beast with our Halluf is there's not that many places to sort of play, I don't think, with a medium tank. You're either going to be playing very passive, camping at the back. I mean, you could make a push over to the other side, but that's very risky at best. And if you don't have the support, you don't have the guns aiming to where you are going, the likely chance is you're going to get absolutely destroyed. So it's a bit of a tricky one, if I'm honest. I mean, if you've got turret armor, there's obviously, you can play that corner pretty effectively, but unfortunately we don't have that luxury with the Draugen. But we do have 10 degrees of gun depression, which is why we played there initially, because we wanted to get up to that cross, which we knew we could do quite quickly, get our gun down and get some shots off. And like I say, the low silhouette and the low turret, chances are we can back off pretty quick enough to not get penned. But yeah, we're just unfortunate we got into that crossfire. But anyway, now we are sort of just resting here, just waiting. I didn't want to make the push because obviously 180 hit points, pretty much anything at tier 8 is going to go through us and take us out in one shot. So I was sort of trying to be cute and clever and just, keep hold of, just make sure I don't sort of get myself taken out of the game. And we've gone back to a middle spot here, and we've seen this Ferdinand that's out in the open now. I'm not going to waste any opportunity to get some shots in. We do get lit there. And yeah, I think that's just because we took the shot. We obviously get the, we get the penalty for taking a shot there, which is going to get us lit up, which is fair enough. But I'm using this rock to shield myself, try getting a shot in there to the Ferdinand to take him out. But unfortunately it just hits trap. Now we're going to aim the shot, but unfortunately it just hits trap. You see, we're on the Hesh rounds now. We're going with the Hesh rounds, so we're hoping we could just splash in, but again, captures the track, just going to absorb into the track, and you're not going to do anything. Even the splash effect isn't going to work when it hits the track, it just gets absorbed. So it's a bit unfortunate. We kept with the Hesh now, and then we're going to move up. So our team has progressed a little bit, but we do see this tank up on the ridge. Look at that, 502. You see what I mean about the Hesh rolls. You roll high enough like that, it just makes it a delight when you penetrate these shots. We do sneak another shot in there. I'm not quite sure how much damage we've done there, but we do manage to get the shot in. Yeah, even if the armor, the other tank's angled, if we do sort of hit a part of his turret or hull, you can do some damage even if it's just splash damage really. So that's how Hesh works. But like I say, we wanted to try and full pen those Hesh shells to make the most of that big alpha damage that the Hesh shells have to offer. So again, we're just being careful here, being cautious. Numbers are fairly even with one tank ahead. Now we sort of bought it 2 ahead, so yeah, we're starting to sort of close out this game. It's not a complete definite win yet, so we still have to be careful. Now I'm going to make my way up around this side because I can see the medium tanks pushed over to the right. If that medium tank wasn't there, I probably wouldn't have made this move because I would have been wary that there would have been something over there, and if I'd sort of poked up here, probably would have got shot. But now we've got map control on our right flank, we know we can make this play, we can move up. See this TD here, that's a one shot for us, not a problem. We have the Hesh loaded, he was side on anyway, but even if he wasn't, I'm pretty confident we would have splashed him out. There is an SU-130 up on the hill. Now I'm being careful not to expose myself in case he decided to aim this way and I got lit up, and I've got to be careful because there's another tank destroyer over here. And yeah, at this point I'm sort of thinking, I didn't want to sort of poke either side of that rock because if I got spotted, then the chances are that SU-130 was going to finish me off. So I've decided to take a bit of a wider angle here, be a bit patient, and get in a position where I can possibly get shots on that tank destroyer behind us whilst being safe to the SU-130 that's on the hill. And you can see there, we can see the back of this, I think it's Italian medium, which is great. He's got his rear to us, we get a lovely shot. Lovely Hesh roll for 471 into his engine and breaking his engine as well in the process. He gets taken out by our Jag Panther. We know where the SU-130 is, we're not sure where the other tank is, so need to be wary of that. I'm not entirely sure where, I'm kind of thinking he must be with the SU-130 or a bit lower down here, may even be to the right of us up on that hill. but we're getting out spotted now, which is a bit of a problem. You know, means we can't really advance forwards because obviously we're going to drive out in the open and we're going to get taken out. So I think at this point I think, right, I can get up on this ridge to the left of me, which I know I can, then I can perhaps get the jump on this Su-130. He's not going to expect me to come up from here. I can get the shot onto him and clear out that corner. It's just, you know, 50-50 as to whether that other tank destroyer is with him or not. So yeah, this is kind of a gamble, but it's a gamble I'm going to take. Now we're just sort of sneaking the poke here just in case that second tank destroyer appears out of nowhere. We spot him up. Now you can see we're just going to crest this ridge, and there we go. There is the Su-130. Oh, it's actually a Shashka. You can see what I mean? We snap the shot, and unfortunately the Hesh just gets absorbed into his track, but our Su-130 manages to take him out. We pick up that little bit of spot assist there. Now it's a case of finding where the other enemy TD is. I'm going to roll off here, and it looks like he's just taken out our Stirrer Mill, so it possibly gives us an indication as to where he is. And I think he may well be the other side. I'm just going to check around here just to make sure. I'm being a little bit overcautious, a bit paranoid here that he might just be snuck in this corner and we haven't spotted him properly. So I'm just going to double check, make sure that's not the case. He's not there. He's not in this corner at all. So now I can make my way over to try and find him. Now it's a 3v1. That doesn't mean to say that the game is in the bag. I'm on, like I say, I'm on definite one shot to the Su-130, and I'm not particularly sure how healthy our friendly heavy tank and tank destroyer are. So need to bear in mind, need to kind of just play a bit safe, play a bit cautious. Also keeping the gun line of our heavy tank and our friendly tank destroyer if we can, because you know I'm got the mobility. I'm going to be the eyes basically. Can't expect the heavy tank to outspot the Su-130. Chances are it's not going to happen. In fact, it's a very, very, very high likelihood that it's not going to happen. So yeah, it's kind of down to me to sort of be the eyes and just try and find this Su-130. Now I sort of poked up on this ridge here to just sort of spot out into the middle of the map. It seems to me that he's not there. I feel like that's safe. So yeah, it can only be on the other side really, and that's going to be my play, is to try and spot out and see the tank destroyer's moved off of that ridge on C0. He's now moved over to sort of the hill part that overlooks the middle in G9 there. And he's gave me the thumbs up that he's ready to fire, which is good. I've told him I've acknowledged his message, so we've sort of working quite well on the communication radio wheel there. Telling him I'm going to make my way over to the other side now, so at least he knows I'm making the move. I'm going to make the push, going to light up the enemy tank hopefully, and then he's in a position to finish him off. That's the plan anyway. And now my sixth sense has gone off, and there we go. Su-130 manages to get the jump on the enemy Su-130, bringing an end to the replay. So yeah, we spent most of that on thin ice, but we managed to get the job done. We do come top of the board, picking up 3 kills there, just under 4k damage with 937 assists, picking up the first class and the high caliber in the process. And yeah, just a nice start to the game, or to the video should I say. And what we'll do is we'll move on to the second replay. So moving on to the second replay now, and we are on Hell's Highway, which is the Halloween version of Highway itself. So yeah, we are gonna make a play over to the left hand side. Naturally still want to play the town, because again you're not really making the benefit of your 6 degrees of gun depression, your concealment and your view range. You know, that's for the heavies to brawl out, and we don't want to be in the mix of that, because yeah, we just don't have the armour. Draugen's not built for that. So I'm going to go to the left. We're going to try and see if we can potentially get some shots onto the Halluf. Like I say, the Draugen does have very good shell velocity on both rounds. I say both Hesh and APCR are pretty good. You've got just under 1300 meters per second on your APCR and just under 1200 on your Hesh rounds. So both are pretty decent. And we're going to try and see if we can get some shots on this hole. I'm going to take out the light tank. There is 3 light tanks per team, so a reason why I haven't sort of made, if there was only 1 light tank, I may have pushed where our friendly light tank is there under the bridge, because that is a really good spotting position. And you see that we're doing a terrible job of trying to get shots into light tanks. Doesn't really seem to be my forte, being able to aim, but we were trying all the same. Now we're going to move up and try and see if we can get some shots into the tanks that are being lit up there. We've also got to be careful of these tanks that have made a push onto the A line there. Managed to get a shot into that Lycan. I'm going to push up and I'm going to try and see if we can potentially get some more shots in. See, there's a Pantera on our left there, and again, just want to try and take these guys out if we can, because it stops them from keeping the vision. And they're keeping these guys lit, and tank destroyers or anything on the other side of the map are going to be able to get shots into us. So again, need to be patient here, need to sort of try and see if we can get some shots into these guys. But like I say, at the moment doesn't really seem to be happening. We're having a bit of a tough time. Now I think I'm going to make my play over to the middle. We know 2 tanks have been, the 2 light tanks have been taken out on their team, and the last remaining light tank is obviously in the corner in A1, so expecting him to get taken out quite shortly. However, I've decided I'm going to make my play to the middle, because then I can possibly get shots to into that light tank in the corner, taking out the game. And also I can light up the tanks that are providing that light tank support on the other side, and hopefully our team can start to put some shots into that Borsig and also that medium tank that are on the other side of the ridge. And like I say, I was going to make this play, but obviously having 3 light tanks in the game, there was just no point, because they probably would have took the assist off me, and I may have got swarmed if my light tanks had died and I'd stayed in this position. Their light tanks could have swarmed me and could have took me out of the game. So that's why I initially not played this position until now. We're also keeping an eye on the right hand flank, just in case any shots present themselves to us. I think by the looks of it, their light tank has been taken out now, so this is going to give me the freedom. We've only got 1 light tank in the game, but he's playing on the other flank, so that kind of leaves this position unspotted, I guess. And I can see there's still tanks sort of camped up on our spawn, so I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to go and put the vision. Unfortunately though, we have got medium tanks onto the left of us. Now I need to take these guys out, because they are going to be an issue. You see I loaded the Hesh for the Pantera. I'm trying to sort of dodge these tanks best I can, weave in and out. I'm getting shot from multiple angles here, and this isn't great. But you see 530 now damages Armour as well. That is a beautiful shot there right into the Pantera. Unfortunately, we drive into a dead craft Panther, because that's what happens with these maps. They get littered with dead tanks, and it's, ever so frustrating. But our efforts have paid off there. We've picked up our first kill of the game. We've got 3,000 spotting assist exactly. Now we slam a shell into the side of that Sturm Tiger. That was going to finish him off no problem, getting our second kill there. We're up to 2.2k damage. Now we've just let up this Barask, who's decided he's just going to YOLO into me for absolutely no reason whatsoever, and puts us down to a 1-shot. That is really not ideal. We did manage to put a shot into him, and our team did finish him off, which is great. Very grateful for that, and thankful for that, because taking out the Barask, that's a deadly medium to have on this map, particularly sort of towards the end game, where he can provide vision for his teammates. We're getting outspotted by something. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Possibly a tank destroyer up on that ridge there. So I'm gonna go back and get into sort of another position. I can't really afford. I definitely can't afford to take a hit off any of these tanks. Again, down to a 1-shot, similar to the first replay, where I do have to be careful. Not because, you know, some bad trades. I was just unfortunate enough to get YOLO'd by the Barask. So not ideal. Now I'm sort of going to pay my attention back over to the right hand flank here and sort of to our spawn. However, we're getting spotted, which is not ideal. I'm just kind of waiting for my teammates to sort of push up on the left there. If they can start gaining some control on the left, then I can hopefully focus on the right, trying to see if I can get some shots on those tank destroyers up ahead of us there. But that's not happening. Keeping an eye on our right as well to make sure that our base doesn't get capped or doesn't fall. And now we're going to try and help out, get rid of this Panzerjäger. It gives, again, it's another dangerous tier 8. It's got great mobility and could also provide the view range as well if it wanted to. It's got the camo, it's got the view range to do that. So yeah, we just need to try and take it. We just need to secure this side so we get some good map control. That's basically what it is. So I want to try and get rid of these two Panzerjägers. We're now getting capped, which isn't great. The numbers are even, so this is a very close game still. And we need to deal with these Panzerjägers, because if we don't, then yeah, it's not going to bode well for us. So decided to sort of go in and squeeze shell into that Panzerjäger. We've now put him down to a one shot. One of the other Panzerjägers has been taken out, but now I'm going to make my way back to the base. We are capping their base, so there's 2 tanks in our cap, but yeah, it's very tight now, very tight. It looks like this game's going to end by cap, and I think it does. Bit unfortunate because we could have got more damage out there. There was 3 tanks left, but I can kind of get it. It was a close game. Neither one wanted to lose, so they went for the cap. And we do pick up the win there. We get 3.5k damage. We got 2 kills. We pick up 3.5k assists, which is quite nice. So yeah, picking up the first class medal as well. Like I say, I think we could have definitely got a bit more out of that game, but it's just unfortunate we capped out. But anyway, that is it for the second replay, and we'll move on to the third. So on the third replay now, and the final replay, we are top tier on Erlenberg. And again, a map that I really do enjoy, and a good map for the Draugen, because again, you've got some good ridges that you can get 10 degrees of gun depression working on them quite nicely. And we've got the mobility to sort of move around the map quite easily as well if needs be. We can provide the vision. There is 1 light tank per team, so we have got eyes, and our light tank is making his way down the left hand side. That's again a risky play, I think, because their team is probably going to be camped up on the castle. I think he's playing quite aggressive there, so you know we're going to keep an eye on that, because but we can see he's lit up their light tank, so that's not bad. We know their light tank's not going to come over here and light us up. We've lit up 2 heavy tanks across him. We're going to take our time. You see we shuffled just near to the house, so once we shot we knew we were going to get targeted, so at least we could just pull right into cover and not take any fire in return. Get a lovely snapshot on the move there into that tank that's trying to take the hill there. And it's a bit of an awkward position because they've taken that ridge in front of us. So I'm going to move back now, and I'm going to kind of play off this T69. See, the T69 is taking a fair bit of damage, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to be a frontline tank. I don't want to be sort of taking the brunt of the hits, because like I say, we don't have the armor to do that. And I'm going to play a position now. It's slightly risky because I'm sort of facing, if there's any tanks in the middle, they're going to be able to get shots on me, but I've kind of sort of calculated that this might be fine. We can play this side here without getting shots. I'm pretty sure that there's nothing in the middle. And you can see there isn't. We've just got his Panzerjäger here that is playing in front of us on this ridge. But he's now getting shots from our team. Going to try and see if we can squeeze a shot in. We do squeeze. I think it was just splash damage there because it just hit the top of his hull, which obviously is going to not fully penetrate with the Hesh round. But we do get some splash, putting him onto a one shot. Now I'm just keeping an eye in the middle. The light tank is coming around here, and yeah, this is not great because he's going to potentially light us up. Tries sneaking in a blind shot there, but it doesn't hit, which is fair enough. It was, you know, chancy shot. But I want to move around and want to finish off his Panzernacker, and then I can start focusing on the tanks that are in front of us there. And we do get the shot into that Panzernacker, picking up our first kill. Now I'm going to see if I can get a shot onto that STG, but I can't. He just backs off in time. But this French heavy tank, we get a shot into the side of his turret for 410. Bit of a low roll there, but we do damage his ammo rack in the process, which is good. Unfortunately, we take a shot from the STG. We tried snapping one in return, seeing if, you know, we could potentially splash him with the Hesh, but unfortunately doesn't quite connect. Now we're going to move in on this French heavy tank, which we do manage to take him out, which is good. Backing up around the building here to cover from the STG. Now those guys are pretty much one shots for us, whether we hit them with Hesh, well, as long as we pen. Well, we stick with the Hesh, and we managed to hit the side of the STG, splashing him and taking him out. Now I'm going to rush in. I'm going to try and see if I can get a shot on this Italian tank destroyer here. He gets one shot in. I think he's gets taken out of there. Maybe I could have just actually diverted to the other side of the map, because, you know, we had two tanks there. It was pretty obvious that guy was going to get taken out, but yeah, just in case I didn't, I wanted to make sure. But now we're moving up to the middle. You can see there's a tank destroyer sort of up on the ridge ahead of us. He's not quite in our render range yet. Now he is. The other side is starting to fall, and the numbers have gone even again. So yeah, we do need to play a little bit careful, but I'm going to try and get in a position where I can get some side shots on these guys, potentially help these help our tanks that are kind of isolated on the J1 area there, but also just want to get as much damage out of this game as possible, trying to navigate all the buildings and the rubble in the middle here just to get to that bridge. It's problem with Erlenberg, you've only got sort of 3-4 crossing points, and they're sort of either side of the map or in the middle. So yeah, it's a bit of a journey to sort of get over to the other side, but we are making that journey now, and we're just assessing how many hit points these tanks are on. We can see this Earthshaker, we take him out first for our 4th kill. Like I say, it's important to make sure you note sort of what health everyone is on. I'm being targeted here, not sure what by, but we're going to go and try and get a shot into the rear of this medium tank, who is sort of shielding behind the building. We do get a shot in there, and yeah, now we've got another medium tank that's a one shot to us. But there here comes this IS-3, who is full health. So I'm just backing up here. I'm not going to be chancy and try and get that kill, because I don't want to expose myself to the IS-3. And here he comes around there, and we eat a shot. We do get a shot in there, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, which is fine. But our T69 comes up, and then he gets taken out by the Super Sherman. And yeah, this is a bit of an awkward situation. And yeah, I'm like kind of and ahhing about what to do here, because let's say I don't want to take too many shells from this guy, but we take a shell from the Super Sherman. But we take him out, that's fine. I can deal with that trade, because that's another tank taken out. We're down to 3, well, the enemy's down to 3 tanks. So we're gonna see if we can get the shot on the IS-3, but unfortunately we just hit his track. And yeah, but luckily we didn't take a shell in return, so I think that IS-3 probably would have killed us. We're seeing what's left, which, you know, some lightly armoured tanks. So we've gone for the Hesh rounds, because again we want to try and get as much out of this game as possible. We slammed a shell into the Tiger 1 there, which was going to penetrate, not a problem. Flat armour against Hesh is absolutely fine. Now we're going to try and see if we can potentially get the kill. We're on for a Radley's here, and can we do it? It's a Cross Panther. We take the shot because it's fine. And there we go again, nice high roll to finish him off and getting our 8th kill of the game. So yeah, a decent end to the video there. And we come top of the board, like I say, 8 kills, picking up the Radley Walters medal. Just under 5k damage with 505 assists and a bit of a belter of a game, to be fair. So yeah, picking up the Ace Tanker, got the Devastator's medal, the Rally Walters, the high caliber Top Gun medal. A nice, decent game, and there we go. That is a Draugen Lansen C, guys. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment on the channel. It really does help out. And as always, I'll catch you next time.